You're watching CalTv.
Good afternoon and welcome to CalTv. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jim Caselli. On today's show, we have some Cal Learning Center updates. The FLC has 2 videos for us. Laura Hill will be here to tell us all about relations coordinators. We have an encore presentation of our MEC Playbook segment, and Amanda Gutierrez will introduce us to the new YEC Playbook. Let's get started with some new and updated training content that's recently been added to the Cal Learning Center. Since our last show, 8 job aids and more than 20 online classes have been updated. You can find all of this information in an email that was sent on Friday, June 13th. You can also log into the Cal Learning Center at the address on your screen and click on the See What's New tile to see the list of updated information. Link and login information. The FLC is limited to authorized users. Please log in using your Cal credentials. You can access the Cal Learning Center at the address on your screen. If you have any questions, please contact the Cal Client Training section at Cal Learning Center at fiscal.ca.gov. The FLC has a new video for us this month. Let's take a look.
Heads up, Cal users. Get excited because the Cal Learning Center's event calendar for July is ready for registrations. Get ready to mark your calendars. That's right, virtual instructor-led trainings and flipped classroom Q&A sessions are now open for enrollment. To view our calendar or register for a session, log into the Cal Learning Center and access the event's calendar. Make sure to follow your department's training policy prior to registering for a class. Once approved, you'll get a confirmation email with everything you need to know to access your training. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll today. Spots are limited, and you don't want to miss this awesomeness. If you have any questions, please contact the Cal Learning Center at fiscal.ca.gov.
Laura Hill is with us today to talk about Cal's relations coordinators. Laura, welcome to CalTv. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me back, Jim.
Now, we're going to talk about customer service here at Cal because we know that that is one of the priorities for Cal. And I also know that you are in charge of some people that are well versed in that. And I still think there's end users out there that don't know about them. And I'm talking about relation coordinators. Can you tell us about that?
I sure can. So relation coordinators, or RC, you'll hear us be called often, are a good advocate for your department. We are the liaison between your department and the Cal system. So if you have a ticket that needs help with, an escalation, or just don't know what's going on with it, your RC is here to help you out. You also can talk to your RC if you are looking at doing something a little bit different, and they can help guide you to the right team to take a look at a different method of using the system.
I like to think of the RCs as SPOC, single point of contact.
That's a good term for it.
Yeah, because like you said, it doesn't really matter what the department or end user is looking to get accomplished. The RC is their point of contact, so they don't have to sit and think about, boy, who should I call for this? They can call their RC, and then they'll have that issue hopefully taken care of in a timely manner.
Yeah, we're definitely the directors of the traffic. So we'll know who is the best person to help you out with your problem. We have a really good interworking team with all the different subject matter experts throughout Fiscal. And we have a lot of insight as to things that are going to be coming up within the system. So if you have a question on, we thought we heard about this enhancement, you can reach out to your RC and they can give you a little more information as well.
Now, RC Relations Coordinator, I remember quite some time ago, because I was one, when it was known as Readiness Coordinator. What's the big difference there?
Well, readiness coordinators, we're just onboarding. We're just getting you ready to get onto the system. The relations coordinators is a lifelong relationship. So as long as your department is onboarded with Fiscal, we're here to help support your department. And we do that from the time that we onboard, have an onboarding experience, all the way through your go live. And then also we do enhancements to the system. We'll still use the readiness piece of it to help you get ready for new enhancements that come onto the system or new departments that are coming into the system. But it's changed to that relations because we're going to have a continuous relationship with you.
Right. And as you say, the readiness portion of it is obviously still happening for those departments that are onboarding.
Yes, we're in the process right now of onboarding 3 new departments, and each of those departments has an assigned RC and an assigned backup RC to help them through that onboarding experience. And once those departments are live in the system, those RCs will continue to be their support.
And tell us about, I know we've touched on readiness, we've touched on quite a few things. Are there any other topics that the relation coordinators take care of that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so as we have enhancements to the system, the RCs will help prepare and facilitate presentations, coordinate meetings for you, and get you ready for that new enhancement. Our team also is the prepares for the CIC meetings, and of course, Fiscal TV.
And the CIC meetings are something that every end user should be attending. They're full of information. So just want to put a little plug in there for CIC. I know that I've said this before. I've attended CIC meetings and listened to end users talk about issues that they're having, and it turns into a Fiscal TV segment because they mentioned that we need this, we need to know more about this, and we've turned some of that into segments. So the CIC meetings, definitely something that people should attend.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's a wealth of information, and you get to hear about what other departments are struggling with and thought you were all alone. Well, guess what? You may not be.
Yeah, it really helps to know that other people are going through similar situations. And there's also the possibility that you could reach out to that individual to get some advice from them too on how they remedied their problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many RCs are there?
Right now, we have 7 RCs, all doing various things. So we have every one of us are assigned a group of live departments, deferred departments, and exempt departments. There's a whole group that is doing onboarding, and then there's a whole group that are doing different projects. And then there's a handful that are experts in Fiscal TV and the CIC.
That's good. That covers a lot of bases, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Now, if an end user is not aware of how to get in touch with their RC, or if they don't know who their RC is, what avenue do they have to take care of that?
That's a great question. We recently opened up a new mailbox for the RC team. It's rc@fiscal.ca.gov. And if you don't know who your RC is, please reach out to that inbox with your question. We'll make sure to get your question over to your assigned RC. And with that, they'll do an introduction so you'll have a direct contact at that point.
That's great. That's good to know. Thank you for being with us, but I do have one final question.
Yes, sir.
I need to know who the best RC of the bunch is.
Well, of course it's you.
Well, okay. That's proof positive that Laura knows what she's talking about. Laura, thanks for being with us again.
Thank you, Jim. It's a pleasure.
The FLC has another video for us. Here it is.
Do you work in multiple modules or have to navigate to deeply embedded pages frequently? Then you will be excited to learn about FISCAL favorites. Bookmarking your favorite and most frequently visited pages is a way to quickly navigate between modules and tasks, saving yourself precious moments. What would you do with some extra time? Let's find out by gifting your future self bookmarks of your most frequently used and favorite FISCAL pages. First up, let's find where that helpful little heart is hiding. It's your shortcut to favorites. There are 2 pathways to get there. Either way, give that heart a tap and watch the time-saving magic unfold. To add a page to favorites, you will first need to access the page. Once you're on the page you want to add, choose which path you want to use. Path 1 begins at the classic home. Click on the favorites link on the top left. In the drop-down, click on the Add to Favorites link. To complete, click the Add button, then click OK. Path 2 begins at the nav bar. On the top right nav bar, click on the ellipsis, also known as the 3 dots, then select Add to Favorites. To complete, click the Add button, then click OK. Bookmarking your favorites means you can add your own labels to name the pages. In the Add to Favorites pop-up, you can give the page you added a label. Label it something that you'll easily recognize next time you see it so you can quickly find what you need in the list. Best of all, you can update and edit your favorites anytime. In the Edit Favorites box, you can update or edit page names or change the order they appear. Here's a tip. Put the pages in order from most to less frequently accessed, so those pages you use most often are conveniently right on top. Now that you have your favorite pages added, access your favorites from the classic homepage navigation tree or by clicking on the nav bar on the right of the page. Bonus time savings. You can also access your favorites right from the homepage. Click the nav bar on the top right, then click on Favorites. And just like that, you've given your future self the gift of time saved. How will future you spend your extra time? Why not visit the FISCAL Learning Center and learn more FISCAL tips and tricks? See you in the FLC.
Thanks to the FLC for this month's videos. Remember, you can watch them again when we post this episode of FISCAL TV to our YouTube channel in a couple of days. Back in January, FISCAL's Amanda Gutierrez introduced us to the MEC Playbook. On today's show, she's going to introduce us to the YEC Playbook. But before we get to that, here's an encore presentation of the MEC Playbook segment.
Thank you, Jim. As Jim said, my name is Amanda Gutierrez. I am a member of the FISCAL FSC GL unit. We are also known as the MEC YEC team. My team assists with the month-end close and year-end close processes for the nearly 150 departments transacting and reporting in the FISCAL system. We are pleased to introduce the MEC Playbook, the first of its kind. Based on feedback from our surveys and CIC meetings, we developed the MEC Playbook to streamline monthly financial close activities and related resources, to ultimately lead to year-end close readiness. New departments and those users new to the month-end close processes in FISCAL will find the MEC Playbook a launching point for organizing their MEC activities. Seasoned users may find the MEC Playbook to be a confirmation that they are checking all the boxes and setting up for a successful month-end close.
What is the MEC Playbook and how is it the first of its kind?
Great question, Jim. The MEC Playbook is a high-level guide that outlines the monthly financial close activities in FISCAL. The outline is the first of its kind to combine MEC activities listed in order of priority, multiple resources associated with each activity, a checklist, and a sample calendar.
What is the overall design of the playbook?
The playbook's design is intended to assist in timely reporting and is to be used together with Fiscal Job Aids 009 and 335. Fiscal 009, titled Run the Month-End Process, is set up like a work plan for the month-end close. It provides the MEC processes laid out in an Excel format. Fiscal 335, titled Online Month-End Closing MEC Reporting Tool, is the job aid to assist departments with updating their MEC status in Fiscal as they progress through the reporting requirements and completing month-end close tasks. For each of the steps in the month-end close playbook, it includes the close activities in order of progression, dependencies for those activities, user roles responsible for each activity, start dates, and the estimated duration of each activity. For each activity, there are many resources listed to guide users in performing the activity. These resources include helpful job aids, VILT, courses, and training located on Finance's website.
You had said there is a sample calendar and a checklist. Could you expand on these for us?
Absolutely. The playbook does contain a sample calendar and checklist. The sample calendar lays out the tasks and their related start dates in a calendar format. This provides an overview of how the MEC activities flow through a month. The checklist is a quick glance at Job Aid Fiscal 009, which is with a date completed column to track and confirm that all MEC activities have been completed.
How do users use the playbook?
The playbook is laid out to guide departments through the various steps of the month-end close process. After departments have completed the month's transactions, and are preparing to close the month, departments can utilize the playbook to line out the sequence of required MEC activities. Departments can review the sample calendar to help plan out a timely month-end close. Users will proceed through the MEC playbook steps and utilize the resources listed to complete the steps. Users will validate, confirm the queries and their results. They will research and resolve any issues identified, and users can utilize the checklist to track the progression of the MEC activities.
Tell us, where can we find the MEC playbook?
The MEC playbook is located in the Fiscal Learning Center. A quick search on the learner's homepage for the word playbook will result in the MEC playbook tile. Just click the launch link to review the document.
Amanda, this sure sounds like a fantastic resource. Thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Amanda is going to introduce us to the YEC playbook. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you, Jim. It is nice to be back. As Jim said, my name is Amanda Gutierrez. I am a member of the Fiscal FSC GL unit. We're also known as the MEC YEC team. My team assists with the month-end close and year-end close processes for the 150 departments transacting and reporting in the Fiscal system.
Amanda, again, welcome back. Last time you were here, you introduced everyone to the MEC playbook. And this time, you're going to introduce everyone to the YEC playbook, and I'm sure everyone is excited to hear about it.
Thank you, Jim. In our continued effort to evolve and provide effective support services to departments for month-end and year-end close, we have worked closely with partner agencies to develop the MEC playbook, and now we have created the YEC playbook. The YEC playbook picks up where the MEC playbook left off for period 12 and continues through the year-end close process. As with the MEC playbook, new departments and those users new to the year-end close process in Fiscal will find the YEC playbook a launching point for organizing and familiarizing themselves with the YEC activities. Experienced users may find the YEC playbook to be a confirmation that they are checking all the boxes and proceeding through the year-end close process in a timely manner. For each step of the YEC close, this playbook includes the close activities in order of progression, their dependencies, user roles, start dates, and the estimated duration of each activity. Many resources are listed throughout the YEC playbook to guide users in performing the activities. These resources include helpful job aids, related VILT courses, and of course, training located on Finance's website. The playbook contains a sample calendar and checklist. The sample calendar lays out and tracks the related start dates in a calendar format. This provides an overview of how the YEC activities flow through the month. The checklist is a quick glance at Fiscal Job Aid 258, and departments can review the sample year-end work plan on Finance's website. The YEC playbook is laid out to guide departments through the various steps of the year-end close process. After departments have completed the month's transactions and are preparing to close the final month of the fiscal year, departments can utilize the YEC playbook to line out the sequence of required YEC activities. Users will proceed through the MEC playbook steps, then utilize the YEC playbook along with the listed resources to complete the YEC process.
Amanda, it sounds like you covered it all. Just one last question. Where can we find the YEC playbook?
The YEC playbook, along with the MEC playbook, are located in the Fiscal Learning Center. A quick search on the learner's homepage for the word playbook will result in the YEC and MEC playbook tiles. Just click the launch link to review the documents.
Amanda, again, another fantastic resource. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
That's our show for today. I'd like to thank Laura Hill and Amanda Gutierrez for being with us. And a special thanks to the FLC for the 2 videos they provided. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you would like to see this or any of our Fiscal TV episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to let your colleagues know about us. And from everyone here at Fiscal TV, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in July on our next edition of Fiscal TV.